Hey everyone, hi. So my name is Parag, and in today's video, we'll be going through a project which I had a lot of fun doing in because it's called as gambling, and I have been to multiple casinos, and it's always fun to be in casino. But yeah, so it was quite fun for me to do this project. So let's say, without wasting time, let's dive into the project. And so let me start off first with my sharing my screen. So here we go. I hope you can see my screen. So if you can see my screen, I've divided the screen into, the code into five parts in particular, which is importing modules. This contains the dealer function. This contains the player function. This contains the main part of the code where all the functions are happening, and this is the output that we are getting out. So let me start off first with explaining each of these modules. So first one of the module is the importing modules we have. First we have the multiprocessing. So this particular module allows us to create parallel processes and making us simulation run simultaneously. Random. So we use this for generating random numbers, which is crucial for simulating the unpredictable nature of the betting game, right? And we have a module here because it helps to add a little bit of delay, which makes it more realistic than to make it feel more natural. Yeah. So here we have the dealer function, this part. Okay. So in this particular function, you can observe that it represents dealer in a betting game. Okay, it runs in a loop as long as the dealer has money. Here's what it does. Okay, it can receive bet from players. So from through a queue, which is the player queue, if you can see here, and it determines the outcome for each bet randomly. It adjusts the dealer's money based on the outcomes, and it simulates some processing time with a little bit of sleep to add a bit of realism in the game. Now we have the third part of the code, which is called as the player function. Okay, this also plays a quite a crucial role. So the player function represents each player in our game. Here's what it does. So each player starts with a certain amount of money. It's called as the initial money, you can say. While the player has at least $1, he makes a bet random between one and the player's current money. It sends the bet information to the dealer through a queue called as the player queue, and it receives the outcomes from the bet from the dealer. And it adjusts the player's money based on the outcome. And it simulates some processing time with a little bit of sleep to make it more natural. If the player goes bankrupt, it signals this to the dealer. Now we have the main part of the code, which is quite significant here because in here everything is happening here. So here you can observe in this particular part of the code. Okay, it checks if in this particular part of the code it checks if the script is being run directly. Okay, it sets the initial amount of money the dealer has and the number of players. It creates two communication queues, the player queue and the result queue. Okay, and it creates processes for the dealer and the players using multiprocessing. It starts all the processes and awaits for them to finish. It prints a result based on the outcome received in the result game. If the dealer has no money left, he's considered as bankrupt. Otherwise, it prints the remaining money of the dealer. Now we have the output section, and in here in the output, you can see that this is where we print the final result. And here you can see that the output section prints the final results of the stimulation. It goes through the results received in the result queue, checking if the players are bankrupt or printing the remaining money, and finally prints the remaining money of the dealer. So this means that okay, so I'm gonna run the code, okay, and show it to you guys. Okay, what are the so we have that the dealer has $1,000 left. It means that the players went broke. The players were not able to make any money, which is not surprising because the house always wins. I mean, so this particular Python code simulates a betting game between a dealer and the player using multiprocessing. It's a fun way to explore parallel processing and simulate a very simple betting scenario. So I hope you guys like this particular simulation of our uh, this particular game that we had. And if you guys are interested in more such analysis, please hit me up and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Till then, have a good one and have a great day. Take care.